Me and you now, buddy. All right, 1, 2, 3. What?
You saw how far apart my hands were.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
1, 2, 3. Close enough. Welcome back to the Triple F Podcast. This is episode number 67, dude.
Woo.
Yeah.
Getting close to 69. What should we do?
69.
Idiot.
Each other.
Yeah.
Dumbass. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. I am so excited to tell this story.
Yeah, I just want to hear it. You've been telling me about this
God
story.
damn it.
Josh.
I love it so much. So Josh and I were doing this show last week, and it was going really well. The crowd was great. They were into it. This was after I got off. I had a good set, and there was just one guy who was just like being annoying. He was table talking. He was like showing people at his table like shit on his phone. And
Crazy.
And Josh was like, I want to say something, but he's the sponsor of the show. He owns like a beer company, and he sponsored the show. He's like, I want to say something, but he's the sponsor. So
what
I
does
didn't.
that mean that he sponsored the
He
show?
gave out beers to like people to
I don't
have
know
for
what it
free.
means.
Okay.
So
I
he
guess-
gave out free
okay.
beers to everybody, and as a promotion thing.
Okay. All right.
And Josh was like, I don't want to. He's being annoying, but I don't want to say anything. And then I was like, tell him he looks like fat French Montana. Because he did. He looked like chubby French Montana.
Okay.
And then Josh was like, yeah, well. And then I was like, actually, call him French Fry Montana. And Josh
like
was
that.
Josh
I
was
like
like,
that.
funny. I'm definitely gonna say that to him if he's annoying during my set. 3-4 minutes in, he's annoying again, and Josh is like, look, I know you're the sponsor of the show, but if you could watch the show and not being annoying, that'd be great. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna say it. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. You look like French Fry Moreno. Dude, he fucked it all up. He paused for and the face that he had was like, I'm about to hit you with the heat. He goes, you look like French Fry Moreno. It was dead silent. I heard 2 people go, what? And then Josh holds his face for a second, then goes, fuck, I fucked it all up. Fuck. I was losing my mind.
French Fry Moreno sounds like the new young pitcher from that they got from the Dominican. Where they get French Fry Moreno throws 97.
Hey,
yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna say it, pal. You look like Hopscotch McGillicuddy. Dude, I was losing my mind.
I have the video of it. I have the video of it, dude. And I literally hit it. It goes quiet, and then I just hear Jeff go, in the back, dude. And you can hear him leave. You can hear Jeff start laughing so hard he walks out of the room, dude.
That's so fucking crazy.
It was crazy, dude.
Because the funny part is, you know who French Montana is. Like it's not like he was telling some old Mark Christopher, like, trust me, I know this is gonna work, and then he fucked it up. Like, you know who that is.
Yeah.
French
Dude, I fumbled it, dude. And I made it a
so
spectacle, dude. I made it. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I was like, I think I literally go, I know you sponsor. Can I get one in, dude? I'm just gonna get one in. I'm gonna hit you with one. And then everything gets really quiet. He's like, do it. And then I'm like, you look like French Moreno.
You fucked it up right there.
Right now.
Dude, oh my God.
And then I had to, dude, after the show, I had to meet with him, too. And he was just like, what was that?
How the fuck did you recover from that? Like,
it
it went silent. People went, what? Jeff, and then you went, oh, I fucked it up. Did you end up getting out the actual...
I don't no. People were just like, I was like, oh, I fucked that all up. People started laughing at that. I looked at this lady in the front, and I was like, fuck you. And then everybody started
and then
laughing.
you went, my girlfriend's Greek.
Yeah, essentially,
He's a
basically.
Greek dude.
She's not
Oh,
Greek,
fuck.
dude. She's Greek, comma,
Dude, that's so
It was
funny,
so
bro.
fun. And just the build-up of it, to be like, you look like French Fry Moreno.
It's not...
It was
Yeah, because
so-
it's not like you tried to it's not like you just were like, hey, French Fry Moreno, shut up, and then kept going. 'Cause
Yeah.
that you can just be like, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
like, what did you
but
just
for
say?
you to be like, hold the show.
Yeah.
Everybody stop. I know you're handing out free beers, but I'm going to give you one, pal.
You're in for one, buddy.
Everybody pay attention right now.
I had a fucked up week.
It was very much like the you know what, I'm gonna say it. I don't care that you hurt your elbow.
I don't
Yeah, I
care
care
that
you broke
hurt
your arm.
That's exactly what it
Dude,
is.
Oh my god.
it was. I had a rough week with that because then the next show I did was at the well, I guess it wasn't the next show, but I did that weekend. We did the Improv, our Milk Money.
Milk Money.
Milk Money. We did our
Jesus
show.
Christ, we gotta change the name.
Your favorite new
Your
comedians.
new favorite comedians. Milk Money. What if it makes no sense?
How often are we gonna do that?
I think it's like every other
Every
week.
other week. Hey, if you're watching this, would you go to a show called Milk Money? Because I fucking wouldn't,
So
and I'm on it.
We did, we did the show. We did this show, and the pavilion joke.
Yeah.
You know, I fucked it up in the beginning. I was like, yeah, I didn't go over my set at all. I just went up there and I was like, I'm doing 20, whatever. I'll fuck around. And I go up there and I'm like, dude, I hit my black barber joke. It does really well. And then I was like, don't even get me, dude, my girlfriend, like, she always has these weird moments with me. The other day I was redoing my parents were redoing their backyard. I was like, yeah, my parents are thinking about installing a pavilion. And then I was like, oh, that's the punch. And then I was like, gazebo. I fucked that up, and I was like, "Oh my!" I said that out loud, and then I just went to, and then I just threw in. You guys ever notice that food stamps taste like regular stuff?
way.
Yes, and then it didn't work, but it at least let them go something. What the fuck was that? And then I just started more, and then I fumbled, and then I just kept going. But I've never had, It's like, you know how you guys said I never fuck up the whole, like,
the dog thing?
Yeah.
It was like that. Like, if you fuck that up, you can't recover from that joke. The pavilion thing, I couldn't have recovered from. It was like I telegraphed the punch then, and I was just like, oh, next thing, it's probably the most uncomfortable I've ever felt, which is a good thing to feel because now I'm like, anytime I'm in front of people, I'm going to rehearse my set now.
Josh was so in his head about that he wasn't going to go collect his blessings after the show.
Really?
Yeah.
But which was crazy because he still had a good set after that. But I went to collect my blessings, passing out sticky boys, and there was this woman who walked by and she pointed at Matt Rivera, who was also on the show, and she was like, "I want to get a picture with you." And then her husband goes, "Do you want a picture with all of them?" She goes, "No." I was like, "Hell yeah, nice."
Damn, dude.
That always feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she just like looked at us and she was like, "No." I was like, "All right, nice."
Yep,
Hell
that's
yeah.
fine.
That's
Okay.
that's the sign that you had a good set. When somebody comes up, can I get a photo with you? And then you're like, oh, we can get an.
See,
yeah.
I always feel so uncomfortable. Like if anytime I've like hosted or featured for a weekend, and then like you kind of linger in the lobby, and if you're with a headliner who's like out there meeting people, like you just kind of stand close, and then sometimes people like people will be like, "Oh, we want a picture of all of you," or like they'll take a picture with them, and they'll be like, "We want a picture with you too," or like, "What's your info?" or whatever. But then there's like that awkward in between where like you just somebody just went, "Hey, we want a picture with all of you." You're there, and then you're close, and then the next people walk up and they settle up with the headliner, and then you're just kind of there, and then you're just kind of like, "I'm just gonna get out of the frame."
Yeah, I'll take the photo.
Because you don't like the reality is if you just hopped in the picture.
No, they wouldn't.
Almost nobody's gonna be like, "Get the fuck out of here," especially unless you sucked.
Yeah.
But that one person that might be like, "Oh no, just us," would destroy. It would
Oh, yeah.
shatter
Yeah.
me, dude. I would not be able to handle
That
it.
was me when we did the Orlando Improv. I was just standing in that lobby like,
oh yeah.
unless somebody specifically was like, "I want a picture with all of you," I was just anybody who would walk by, like, "You were funny." I'd be like, "Follow me on Instagram. Have a good one."
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was so
Yeah.
just like,
It's so
Hit 'em with
I
a
uncomfortable.
was
drive-by.
so timid.
That's
Be
how,
on
dude.
top.
That's how hosting is every time, which is like it stinks. Like it stinks, especially to feel like you're like doing really well,
Mhm.
and then at the end, people just go.
Yeah.
And
Where's
it's
the
like,
bathroom?
All right, yeah, dude. I just stopped. I've told you guys this. I've stopped wearing black t-shirts because I always wear black jeans for the most part. I just stopped wearing black t-shirts to the Improv because that's what they wear, and I'm tired of people treating me like I'm a goddamn employee, like I'm not a fucking performer. I've had people like there have been times where I'm like walking in the back of the room during like the feature or headliner set, and I've had a table be like, oh, and I come up. I think they're gonna be like, "You're really funny," and they go, "Can we get more of the Haze IPA?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking work here." And then I have to be a dick.
Yeah, I had
You
at the Don't Tell show on Saturday. People were filling in. They came in late, and there was like a couple open seats, but they were like spread out. And then like a couple came up to me and they were like, "Can you grab that? Like, are we allowed to take those chairs and put them together?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah, I guess." And they're like, "Well, will you grab one?" I'm like, I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
You do it. You do it. If you're gonna do it. I'm not doing it.
I've started saying I won't be aggressive or
Yeah.
like mean,
I'm not
obviously,
doing
but
it,
I've
dude.
started being like, I don't work here,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah,
walking
yeah.
away.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care.
3 different people asked me where the bathroom was.
Yeah,
And what sucks is like I know where it is, so I'm like,
you're not gonna not.
Yeah, you
tell
go,
at
us.
it's
the end
by
to
the-
the right.
yeah.
You go
You
out
just
the
have
double
to act
doors.
like nonchalant about it. You just have to be like,
It's that way.
Go-
You-
like you have to be like cool about
Motherfucker.
it.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, yeah.
the beach is that way.
Yeah.
Beaches that way, dude.
I
Oh,
had
man.
I had a
Yeah.
pretty sick week in
Yeah,
Austin.
dude.
A lot of ups and downs emotionally. Not gonna lie to you guys, it was good. Good shows. Got my laptop and camera stolen, as you know, and a lot of people who follow me know, which really stinks, man. So if you notice the camera quality on my shot specifically today is a little less, it's because this feels like punishment, by the way.
The 1080 camera.
Yeah, it's like I have the 1080
Yeah,
camera
yeah.
on me, and
Think
I'm
about
the
what
one
you did.
I lost my shit. Yeah, dude, it sucked, man. But
Yeah, what happened? Like the
okay,
recap of
so
that.
I was at Cap City, and I had it there. By the way, Cap City, beautiful. The acoustics are amazing. The fucking the recordings that I listened to, dude, you just sound like you're. I mean, and I was doing really well, but it just sounds
because
nuts.
is it low ceilings and all that?
It's not, but they put in sound barriers above,
fuck
and then
yeah.
like my camera was up on the balcony, so the shot looked
Mm.
great. I was just trying to get like a chunk of the material I've been doing that was like to work really well on tape, because I think it's a good tape, like because it's like the sober stuff
Yeah.
rather than me sending like a booker like me joking about getting my dick sucked or whatever. I just feel in my head that's what I wanted. So
I agree.
but after the late show on Friday, I was leaving, and I remember sitting in the green room with my backpack in my hands before I even put it on, and I thought, you don't need this until you're here tomorrow. Your batteries are charged. Just leave it here. Don't worry about it. And then I thought, it's like a comedy club. I've never been to this club before. I don't know who comes in and out of this place. I'm not going to leave the most expensive things and useful things that I own in this comedy club.
Mhm.
So I took it out to the car, I put it in the trunk, and then I met Britt and I met my brother, whose car I was driving out on like 6th Street, which is just like a nightmare. I mean, it's just like where everybody goes. It's a Friday night. So I park and I get out of the car and I walk a couple feet, and I remember going, I need to lock it. So I pull the keys out. I look down at the keys. It's a little dark, but it's not like I'm in the pitch black. And I saw that's the lock button. I pressed it twice. I looked back at the car. I saw the lights on the tail lights flash, and then I walked away. And I was like, great. I came back. We drove home to the hotel, popped the trunk to get my shit. It's not in there. Dude, it's like 2 a.m. or 2:30 in the morning. I am in a Orangewood Inn & Suites off of Interstate I-35 parking lot, screaming at the top of my lungs, just like, fuck!
Yeah.
At one point, dude, I mean, like, you know when you scream so loud, like you feel like you're, like it's shaking?
It's that
I was screaming.
primal.
At one point, I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, historically, not in my sobriety, but like before, I'm like a punch a wall guy.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah.
I haven't done that.
Punch a window out.
I
type
haven't done
dude.
that, but dude, I get pit. Like, dude, if I'm golfing and I'll like punch the steering wheel, just like one little like fucking. I'll show you. So I'm
little.
like pacing around, and I like pick up this rock that's in the parking lot, and I just slam it on the ground, and it does not break, which sends me into I'm like, I can't even break a fucking rock. Like I'm like freaking out, dude, freaking out. So my brother's like, do you want to go back down there? And I'm like, let's fucking go now. Like, so I get in the car and I go like 100 back down there. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. Like, it was going to be like,
You're going to see like a homeless guy like with your laptop and camera like, yo, what up?
Welcome back to
doing
my
like
YouTube
doing
channel.
like a vlog. He's like, this is what I eat in the day of being a homeless fentanyl addict in Austin, Texas. Yeah.
Yo, these are the top 3 spots in downtown Austin to shit in peace.
Exactly.
This is where I like to sleep without the benches being all curved.
This is the best dumpster to take a woman behind because usually people don't poop back here.
Yeah, dude. So we get down there and I park and we walk around, and like I guess my thought process is like not all criminals are smart, so maybe somebody will just be walking around with my backpack on, you know what I mean? Cuz what I've surmised from this is that obviously they know it's a really crowded parking lot on a really crowded night, It's a dark parking lot. They probably just walk through whoever it is and just see if trunks will open. You know what I mean? So we wander around and obviously don't see anything. I try to see if I don't, for some dumb fucking reason, I don't have Find My Mac on. Like, I don't remember ever turning it on. So and then we get in the car and we like drive around the block, and you'd be shocked how many people have a black backpack, by the way. I mean, it's everybody, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody has a black backpack. So
you're just yelling at people.
yeah, I'm just like, hey, and they turn around. I'm like, never mind. So we go back to the parking lot. At this point, it's cleared out. The streets are almost empty. It's like 3 a.m, and there's a guy, like a tall, like 6 foot, like scruffy black dude, like walking through the parking lot, and he's got 2 bags like on his shoulders, and he's walking away, and he's probably like 20 yards away from a car that's off with its trunk open. So I'm like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
So now we're in pursuit. So I put the car in park. Me, Evan, and Britt hop out, and we just follow this poor black dude around Austin, downtown Austin, for like half an hour with no plan. You know, no plan. He doesn't have my backpack, right? So like, I'm looking at the bag that he has, and I'm like, is that big enough to have my bag in it? Does he stash the bag somewhere? Maybe he'll lead us to the stash. And then I'm like, do I confront him? What happens if I don't confront him? Like, if I don't confront him, I'll be like pissed off that I didn't confront him. But if I do, he could be violent, and I don't want to fight somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. Even though like my brother like trains jujitsu, like he's like a badass. Like I would have been fine, but I didn't want to have to do that. So at one point,
you don't have to touch a homeless guy.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that. That's really what I don't want to have to do. So at one point, we're like right across the street, and I see him, and he chugs something and throws it on the ground, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude, this guy's drunk, like whatever." And then he's like,
he opens up the bag and shits in it.
He like he like goes off into an alley, so we go to follow him, and I walk by him, and mind you, it's like 3 a.m. It's a fucking Rain energy drink, and I'm like, I'm not fucking with this guy, dude. This guy just shotgunned 300 milligrams of caffeine at 3 a.m. while roaming the streets of Austin.
He's looking to fight.
He wants to bite you.
He wants smoke, dude.
Yeah, those bags are filled with weapons.
Yeah.
Dude, we wander into the alley, and
pulls
it's like
nunchucks out.
Yeah. We wander in the alley, and he's gone immediately. There's a bunch of other homeless guys in there. Let me tell you what, smoking crack, like very obviously smoking crack. And I know what that looks like. You know what I mean? So pursuit ended. I filed a police report, and then they were like, suspect. And here's the thing. I've never felt more racist than I did filling out the description of this guy who I thought might be the suspect. Because it's just like 6 foot, black guy, Nikes, jean shorts, black T-shirt.
Did the cop look at you and go, yeah, that narrows it down?
Yeah, no. So I did it all online. The next morning I wake up, and they're basically the gist of it was like, the description of the suspect was too vague. We won't be pursuing it. The serial numbers are in the system. If somebody pawns it, you'll get an alert. We'll let you know.
Do you get it back for free if somebody pawns it?
I fucking better.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay the pawn shop.
Have you looked at like Facebook Marketplace?
No, that's actually
that's
not
a
a
good
bad
idea.
idea.
I was thinking of that. I was thinking about doing that. I figured you would have done it.
Yeah, go to
like Facebook Austin. Type in your exact model for your camera and your Mac, and then don't get specific. Don't do it in Miami. Just type it in the marketplace in general, because you can figure out. You'll be able to see all the posts.
Because he might be willing to like ship it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Dude, a homeless guy is like, I'll pay postage. I'm willing to wait.
Do you think it was a homeless dude?
I you know what? Honestly, that's who I ended up tracking down. And there's so many homeless people, but like, it's not above me. Like, dude, like, I don't think it was. Like, I don't know for a fact it was, and it wouldn't shock me if it wasn't. You know how easy of a fucking scam it would be to just drive down, like, with your car and just like have your buddy like check fucking things, and as soon as you find a bag, hop in the car and leave. It would be so easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and what a score.
What a score, dude. A fucking brand new Mac and a computer and a fucking camera.
What if they like released your set?
They do. They publish my 10-minute hosting set.
There's a second Instagram page called like Matt Ross Comedy 2, and it has like new clips from shows you've never posted.
It's all me bombing too. It's all me being like
things that don't hit. Like,
yeah,
it's edited.
Don't work.
Edited really well, where like you hit a punch and it doesn't do anything, and it's just like
yeah.
fart noises. Like, this guy stinks.
Somebody's
You're
just
like,
trying
"No."
to fucking sabotage my comedy
They
career.
take your
They
they
actually
take your shit
so what
and
they
fuck
actually
with
did
you.
is they followed me from Cap City. They
That's-
followed
yeah.
me from the comedy club to downtown to steal my backpack to because I roasted them during my host set.
They're like, what do you do for a living, motherfucker?
Dude, I got into it again the next fucking night. I went to the same parking lot, same car, got my brother's car, same thing. I do my shows. They're out there. I go to meet them. I pull in this parking lot and it's packed, and I'm like, we're whatever. I'm like,
Parking lot doesn't have cameras?
no.
Oh, my God.
Fucking crazy, dude. But anyways, I wish they had a camera for this, honestly, because so I pull around and I see a spot, and I'm like, score. It's like going to like downtown. It's like the difference between what could be like you having to walk a mile to get where you want to go, and like me being literally 1 block away. So I start to turn, and there's a lady standing in the parking spot. And I already know what's going to happen, but I roll down my window and I go, hey, I need to park here. Like, I'm trying to be calm because I have not been very calm lately. And she goes, it's reserved. And I said, yeah, idiot, that's not how it fucking works. Like, I'm immediately.
So you tossed that calmness out,
Bro,
immediately.
I gave her one chance.
You said
I gave her one chance for calm Matt, and as soon as she was like, this is reserved, I went, I'm going to attack your body. I mean, immediately, dude. I was, and then she was like, I see my friend, I see them, they're right over there. I said, I don't give a fuck where they are, lady. You need to move your fat ass out of the fucking parking spot. That's not how the world works. And she's like yelling at me. And I'm like, I'll fucking run you over. Like, I'm not kidding, dude. Like, and then there's a truck behind me, and they honk, and I look at them, and then 2 guys lean out, and they go, what the fuck is going on? And I thought, I'm like, oh, shit.
that's her friend.
That's her friends. It's 2 dudes, and I just called her fat. And then I was like, you see what the fuck is going on? And then they go, well, run the bitch over. We need to get the fuck out of here. And I'm like,
Texas,
I'm
baby.
going to. And then she keeps screaming at me, and I'm like, lady, you need to move. This is not how the fucking world works. And she goes, whatever, you're an asshole. And I go, yeah, and you're a fat pig. Get the fuck out of the parking spot.
Crazy.
How am I?
Oh,
How
fuck.
am I like the coolest head? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense
See-
that I easily have the coolest head of the 3,
So
and I'm also known to fly off the handle.
Here's the thing. Historically speaking, the big view of Matt is hothead my whole life. Temper when I was a kid, temper tantrums, ADHD, all that fucking shit. Typical
then heroin
shit,
was
right?
like,
I can kind
Then-
of checks out. to be
Heroin
honest.
would mellow me out, but guess who was a pretty big nightmare when they didn't have it? Fucking me, dude. And then I got sober, and it the first couple months I was like a hothead, and then it settled out for a really long time. Doing comedy has not helped my mental state.
No,
you know,
God.
and I'm usually cooler heads prevail. Usually I'm willing to be like, lady, this is not how the world works. You need to leave. There's no other option. I'm not going to move, and I have a car. So you have to move. That's normally how I would handle it. I am not happy. I'm in the same parking lot that I got
Yeah, you PTSD, dude.
$5,000 stolen from me the night before.
Mhm.
I'm just not at. This lady met me at my worst, and she got it.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
that's
You
what
got it.
happened.
Dude,
you
that's
know,
like putting a World War II vet in Saving Private Ryan. You're
Yeah,
like,
dude.
You're like making him watch it. You're
Yeah,
backing
yeah,
the shit, dude.
exactly.
You're in
which
the parking
they,
lot, dude.
which they did, by the
Yeah,
way.
fucked
The first
up,
screening of Saving Private Ryan, they were like,
All veterans.
they were like, the first screening of this movie, we're gonna have World War II veterans.
no fucking way.
So many of some of them
beach
threw
landing.
up. Some of them like left, cried, like passed out.
course.
Everyone,
dude.
laughed, dude.
It was such a bad
It's like
My dad
it's,
did
it's nuts to be
dude,
like
crazy.
it's nuts to be like we made a very realistic movie about the worst time in your life.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we want you to
Hey,
watch
remember
it.
Watch
Hell?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to? Yeah.
Remember when your friends died? Remember when you watched your friends die?
Remember how bad that was? What if we just replay it a bunch?
Remember,
So crazy.
remember when you were watching your friends die and you were the last hope against the worst evil the world has ever seen? Check it out.
Check
dude.
it
Oh, but
out.
it's Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Surprise.
dude.
Fucking, dude, that's so nuts.
You're Tom
Dude,
Hanks, and some guy's like, "Fuck,
I'm Tom Hanks.
I don't want to be
I don't
Tom."
want to be Tom Hanks.
gay-ass
I wanna
Tom
be the, I want
Hanks.
to be the hot Matt Damon.
Speaking of comedy not helping your mental state, we got a DM on the Dirty Talk Instagram page, which you should follow, the Dirty Talk Comedy Tour, or I think it's just Dirty Talk Comedy Tour. You should follow that. But we got a DM on that page, and this guy was like, "Hey, I love your guys' clips. I think you guys are really funny. I'm thinking about getting into stand-up. Do you have any advice? And I wrote, don't. It will ruin your life.
Damn, dude.
Dude, I did that at a mic the other day. And I told you about this. I was at Spanx like a couple of weeks ago, and there was a kid who had clearly like new comic, just wanting to see like he was about to go up for the first time, and he was writing stuff down and like workshop and everything. And like, I mean, there's like 3 people in this place that aren't comics, and so I was like, are you? I was like, oh, you're gonna do stand up for the first time tonight, huh? And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, don't. I was like, do you see this? Do you see what I'm doing right now? This is where 4 years gets you. Don't
study.
do this.
And it's going really good.
Yeah, and it's going well, by the way.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
above everyone else in this room by a lot.
And I'm sitting here being like, don't do this, man. I do this more than these people most of the time, and I'm here. Don't do it.
Don't do this.
I was like, go to community college. Or, like, just be a YouTuber, dude. Just literally, if you're going to do something, just be like, get good at being like, what's up, guys? Welcome back. These are my top. Dude, I like the homeless guy in Austin. Top 3 places to shit,
top
dude.
3 places
So
to shit.
funny, dude. That's so good.
Well, the thing is
these are the top
Austin,
3 bars where women get the drunkest.
Yeah, dude, Jesus Christ. You had to bring the riff back up. He settled it without going too far.
Welcome back to my channel, guys.
I'm back, baby.
These are
Welcome to my channel, which is always demonetized. This is
shout out to my sponsor.
Yeah.
What's the sponsor?
I don't want to know what
like
Jeff's gonna
Canvas.
say. Yeah.
Make thumbnails from your phone that you stole.
Yeah. Dude, it's
Today we're
crazy.
going over what things you can find in the trash that can be made into shelter. Newspapers you'd think, but they get wet in the rain.
Top 3 replacements for condoms.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Just
I
use
don't use those.
Just kidding. I don't use those.
I already have HIV.
In today's
The
video, we're
gonorrhea keeps me warm at night.
Oh, dude.
how to stay warm at night. Number 1, shit your pants.
Yeah.
How to stay.
It is crazy, dude. There's so many. I mean, it's actually not. It's bad though. Like
Homeless
you
people
don't
scale.
need a top 3 place to shit or sleep. You can do it wherever you want. They don't do anything.
Yeah, nobody does.
Here's how to fight off wild dogs when you finally get hot food.
That's how you know a neighborhood's bad, by the way.
Don't do
Ugh.
this. There were no wild dogs.
I stayed at my buddy's place in Orlando like 2 years ago, and he runs like he's like the manager of like a restaurant and bar group. So he has like a bunch of restaurants that he manages, and one of them was across the street from his building. And the easiest way to get there, we can just get through the back because he's the manager, is just cut through this alleyway. Dude, the alleyway was filled with shit. It was crazy to the point where, like, I was, he's the manager, so I'm drinking for free. I'm like, I'm going the long way. I'm too drunk and it's too dark. I'm not going through the poopy
I'm not going
alleyway.
through the shit.
I'm gonna step
the
in
shit hallway.
It was crazy. It was like, dude, it was a strip of alleyway that's maybe like twice like the length of your house. And there must have been 100 human shits
Isn't
back
it
there.
funny that like we prioritize what shit is grosser? Like,
Yeah,
you
human
know what I
shit's the
mean?
worst
Like,
shit.
like human shit is the grossest shit, but then it's like
by far the largest you'll find in an urban area, though.
I disagree.
Mastiffs have.
I've watched
poops.
I've watched
Dog
dogs take
poop.
shits that are about the size
I watched,
of mine.
dude, in San Diego. You guys will see this when we're there. There's this 2 blocks where there's the Madhouse Comedy Club, there's the Laugh Factory, and then there's American Comedy Company, and in between there's this corner where there's it's like a sewer out, and like it's like the opening to a sewer, just like where there's like open. I don't know what the word for it is, but there's like a manhole cover. Then you can like
A sewage drain.
a sewage drain. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. It's like a sewage drain in there, and I've seen on multiple occasions 3 or 4 homeless dudes that rotate. They'll go to that corner and shit into the sewer drain. And just downtown.
That's
just
where
right,
you're gonna do it.
And like you just
That's actually a really respectful
Dude, you're just
place
like
to shit.
but it's
he's
so funny.
Actually,
Dude.
actually, honestly,
Kinda
it's
nice.
taking. It's like water preservation. Like it's taking a step out. Like our shit ends up in the sewer anyways, but we have to sit on this toilet and flush it and waste water. They're cutting out the middleman,
Yeah,
dude.
Really fucking innovative.
That's actually great. Yeah.
Honestly,
But you would
these
see 'em,
homeless
dude.
people sound like environmentalists.
You would
They're
walk.
not driving. They're not fucking up the ozone layer with their fucking
it's,
fossil
you know
fuels.
what's crazy? It's to the point where like you can't even riff about it. Like I'd be like, I was just at that place. I was walking over here. A guy was shitting. They're like, yeah.
Because everybody
Everybody's
does.
like,
yeah.
it's like low
Like,
hanging
yeah,
fruit.
dude, people shit in the
It'd be like if
streets
you're
here.
like, Florida's drivers are crazy. You'd be like,
Yeah.
everyone would be like, shut
Honestly,
up.
I hate
God, I'm
anytime
tired of
somebody does like driver material, like Like
Or
the
bright
drivers
line
here
material.
are crazy.
I
Not
buried,
even just in
I
Florida.
buried somebody recently
mean,
who did a bunch of bright line
like
material.
just in general, to be like the traffic's here is crazy. Now, if you have a specific story about something that happened,
Maybe like somebody telling you to roll your window down.
that's funny, but that's not
I know,
that's
I
not
know.
people going
No, I
like
know.
that's not somebody being like traffic's nuts.
No, I know. I was just fucking
It's
around.
like what
No,
the
yeah.
fuck are you like? Have a better
what's funny
thought,
is
dude.
When we first started this podcast, I remember you like did my come and go joke like 2 days in a row, 2 podcasts in a row, and I was like, this motherfucker's burning my fucking material. And now I'm like, here's all of my jokes.
yeah, fuck it, dude.
don't give
I think that's either off or
Oh.
about to go off.
Yeah, we'll start it up again.
Do we have to clap again?
He has to clap again. What time is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, dude, but it's so funny because at first I was like, Jeff keeps fucking doing my come and go joke,
Yeah.
and I was like, who gives a fuck?
Oh, speaking of anything, I just remembered it. Somebody who's a fan of the podcast, a very good girl, Autumn, just celebrated a year sober. She wanted a shout out on
Shout
the
out to
pod.
Autumn. Oh, this is
Congrats,
actually
Autumn.
yes, that's awesome.
We love you. Thank you for listening.
So this is
Very
this is
proud
a
of
perfect time. If you guys see on Spotify, we have a spot where you can send us questions. We actually got a fuck ton this time.
Really?
And I'm not even oh.
Before you start with that, now that you know that Matt's in the hole like $5,000, we're gonna start a Patreon.
Yeah, we're starting a Patreon. It's official.
Yeah.
We're doing a Patreon. This boy needs his shit.
I need money.
Yeah.
A lot of people told me to start a GoFundMe.
You should have. I still think you should.
I just don't know.
It's I get it because it's your pride being like I need help, but dude, it's like that's fucking $5,000 of shit that got stolen. I would start one if I were you.
Well,
Imagine one. It's like my stuff got stolen, then right next to it's like recommended things to donate to, and it's like my kid has cancer.
yeah, or it's like
It's
this
like,
veteran
nah.
just lost his leg in a car, and you're like,
my
"Fuck,
thought
dude."
is, luckily, I'm in a position where I will be able to replace those things. So if I don't need to start a GoFundMe, I'm not going. Like, you know what I mean?
you could also do. You could
It's
also
just-
take the leftover money and donate. Like, there's a lot of things you could do.
I still think opening like a Best Buy credit card's like a wave, dude.
I'm gonna
A
do
year,
that too. I'm actually
a
gonna
year
do that.
of no finance, you get 0 interest for a year, and you can pay off payments.
I'm gonna do that with the
Yeah.
Sony.
It'd be
S7.
$600 a month if you bought. If it was $5,000 for your camera, if you can't get it back from like Facebook Marketplace or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
try to find it. If you
feel
can't, give it like a
fancy.
week or so. If you can't, you can go to
So
Best
much,
Buy.
dude. Cameras, dude. I'm
Split
looking at
$5,000 over 12 months, 0
I'm
interest.
looking
That's
at
not
getting
bad.
dude. I'm getting a fucking. I'm thinking of getting a cinematic Sony S7A3, which is like the ones that they use. That's the ones that we use with like Leo's like filming the sketch that
Mhm.
shit. To just so we can
Which
have
is
two,
coming?
Yes, which is coming. So we can just have two cameras to shoot sketches with, and I also need to get rid of this thing. And I figure get a 6K camera so we can have it for the future, whatever. And then I was looking at the prices, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll never buy another camera ever again, dude. It's like
Yeah,
$3,800
they're
to get all
very
that
expensive.
shit." And I was like,
I
"Fuck,
think we
dude."
cross that bridge when this thing starts making enough money
Yeah,
to do that.
dude. Yeah, dude.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Patreon.
Patreon. All right, ready for these questions?
Sure, yeah.
Let's do these
Yeah.
questions. So I've taken. So we jokingly said like, "Oh, just lie about the amount of questions we got, so that way it looks like we have good optics." Dude, we actually got like a fuck ton. So I'm gonna just pick a couple of them. So somebody is calling out. So last week, Taco Scoob. Okay, Taco Scoob.
He's
said
back.
He's back. He said, "What was Josh's MOS and where did he go to boot camp?" My MOS was I was in 1833. That's military occupational service. I was in 1833. That's an AAV crewman. I went to boot camp in San Diego. Who is chewing gum? Jeff, stop throwing up emoji. That was Dre said that.
We already
My
addressed
bad.
We already addressed the gum.
Okay, do you guys think we actually landed on the moon? Asks Lauren. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably. The weird thing is like I don't care because even if we didn't, we did it to like stiff Russia. So suck our dicks, Russia.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Best case scenario, we just pulled a fast one on Russia.
Yeah, dude. Best
do that
case
a lot.
scenario, suck our dicks, Putin.
Huge fan of you guys. Just wondering why a few of the episodes have video and most don't on Spotify. I'd really like to consistently watch you guys on here. Looking forward to the show in July in Dania. Thank you for coming out to the fucking show in Dania.
Yeah,
the
dude.
reason that we don't do video on this is so that way on Spotify, so that way you go to YouTube. That's basically the simple answer. We want viewers on both, because then you grow
Yeah,
on both.
It was
platforms.
also a
It also takes
for
forever to
whatever
load.
reason. If you upload video to Spotify, it will separate the audio and video out to where if you're on
Yeah.
Spotify, you can watch the video or you can listen to the audio, and it'll send audio to all the audio only platforms. But if you uploaded the video version to where we put it, it wasn't letting us run ads.
Yeah, it doesn't let you run ads either. That's
So
another thing.
if we run them separately, we'll actually have ads. We can make some goddamn money off this fucking shindig.
Yeah. So if you're gonna watch the video,
Just go to
we
YouTube.
really would love if you watch it on
oh.
YouTube for sure.
And then this is the last thing we'll do before we get out of this little fucking segment. Go to Instagram. We have a thing now where we're doing giveaways and shit. We just did one with T-shirts. It's on our YouTube. We have a broadcast. It's on our Instagram. We have a broadcast channel. You can join by going to our page. You'll see it right there.
I also personally have
we
one
do-
if you
yeah.
want to go do that.
We do fun little things in ours. You get to see behind the scenes things, clips that we haven't posted yet, or like just like fun little giveaways and whatever. And we have a little community there. Okay, so that's it for that. Oh, somebody also said, please be chill. Don't mention my name. Anyway, Taco Scoob is a cuck. You guys should commit alive. Because I think the last one, Taco Scoob might have told us to kill ourselves. I don't know.
Who was that? Why
Well, they
did he
wanted to
say
be
that?
anonymous.
Why? Because he called Taco.
Yeah, because dude, we got beef in the
We got
the good
beef?
girls got beef, dude.
Stand by your fucking shit, bro.
It starts with
Say it with your
it starts with
fucking
an S.
chest,
That's what I'll
idiot.
say about that. When do you guys do on your time off? I jack off a lot.
Do you?
No,
Do
not
you
really.
actually?
Actually, no. I don't really.
I mean,
at all.
I golf a lot. We've talked about that.
I used to work out a lot. I used to powerlift. I don't really do that anymore.
You still work out a lot.
I
You
still
work out every day.
Yeah, but it's like not the same. It's not the same intensity. I used to like count my macros and shit.
I like golf and eating food that will make people not want to donate to a GoFundMe.
You donate $3,000. You see you getting eating oysters. Man, what
Yeah,
the fuck,
dude,
dude?
exactly.
Dude.
Are those market price?
I
Yeah,
went to
bro.
I went to a restaurant. I either do stand up or I think about stand up all day. That's all the fuck I'm doing.
basically.
I went to a restaurant and balled out a little too hard.
Okay.
Way more than I should have been spending,
Of
knowing
course.
my financial situation.
Yes, absolutely.
to fuck up
The-
our ass.
Shut up.
It would have done that anyways.
Okay.
It would have done
okay,
that
okay.
anyways. But the waiter comes back. He gives me the check. I open it up and my card's not in there. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he comes back like 10 minutes later and he's like, hands me my card. And he's like, here's the thing. And I thought he was gonna be like, your card declined. To which I would have been like, that tracks.
Yes.
But he hands me my card and he goes, here's the thing. We have the tap to pay here, and I accidentally dropped your card on the tap to pay, so you paid for somebody else's bill also. And I was like, there's nobody worse in this restaurant this could have happened to.
Yeah, yeah, dude. You have
What do
no
they do in that
idea how bad
situation?
this is.
He was like, I refunded you their bill, so like,
But it's gonna take time to come back.
it came off already, but he
Fuck,
was like,
dude.
it'll come off on Monday, which
Fuck.
it didn't because Monday was Juneteenth, not a bank holiday.
Yes.
Or a bank holiday. So
Which
he was
we're
just like,
fine
it'll
with.
come off. He's like, it'll come off your bill. And my girl's friend was there, and she was like, is this a joke? And he was like, unfortunately, no. I was like, that's great. How sensitive is the tap to pay where you dropped
Yeah.
my card and it
Dude,
hit
I
it?
would be. Oh fuck, that would make me go nuts, dude.
Yeah, that would.
Oh,
not
That's
be
like a thing
good.
where you have to be calm in the situation. But I would be like, what the
Oh,
fuck
dude,
did you do, dude?
The rest of the night, I was such a dickhead. To like, I said it once to the waiter, and then I said it to like, cause my girl like met some of her friends at the bar after we ate. The whole time, anybody was talking about like, oh, just put her drinks on my tab. I'd be like, just put it on mine. Apparently, I'm paying for fucking everybody.
That was a problem the whole night.
The
now?
whole
fuck
night,
yeah, dude.
The whole night, and I know that my girl hates when I fucking do this, cause like one minor thing,
Oh,
and
it fucks
and
up the
it
whole
fucks
night,
my
dude.
whole night
I do
up.
the same thing.
But she's having a good time with her friends, and I'm just sitting there like, God damn it.
Yeah.
So like I know that like if I was saying what I really wanted to say, she would have a bad time with her friends, because I'd be like. She'd be like, "Oh, the drinks are good here," and I'd be like, "Yeah, they're so good they'll probably charge me for it." This fucking
Yeah.
like I know it would. I know like I have the ability to like ruin her night very easily,
Yeah.
I accidentally
which
do
I
that a
do
lot.
all
I
the
do- I
fucking
do a
time,
lot, too.
all the time. Where like I'll be like, "Okay, just get one drink with your friends and then let's go home." Like I've been working all day, and then she'll get one drink. She'll be like, "Can we get one more?" And then like that's enough for me to be like, "Yeah, my time's not valuable. Get one more fucking drink." And it's. I will ruin her night for no reason, just because I'm a little crabby boy.
Dude,
Yeah,
I do
dude,
the
I
same.
get it.
I did, dude.
I get it.
I do the same thing accidentally. Well, I don't. I mean, like, there was a 3-month stretch where every weekend we had something that I had to go to. Like it was like we had church because it was somebody's baby's
Bro, the
baptism.
amount of, and I'm sorry if you guys are listening to this, any of the Greek women that Josh lives with, the amount of absolute horseshit events that you have to go to just because you decided to fuck a Greek girl.
Come on, dude. Don't
is
say it like that,
nuts,
dude.
bro.
I love
Is
you,
nuts.
Ariel.
I know that he loves you. He talks about how much he loves you all the time. We try to convince him not to, but he's pretty set on it. But like, it's
I
no, he
can't-
doesn't.
Stop.
I don't
yell
have
at
the
us.
ability. So like anytime my girl will be like, so and so's wedding's coming up, my first reaction every time is, do I know this person?
Yes, dude.
Right.
To which
Yes.
her answer is always flimsy. It's always like, yeah, you met her at another wedding that I dragged you to. Actually,
Yeah.
that's
Dude.
how you know her.
Oh, that
And
you,
it's-
okay.
This is a
okay.
point of contention,
how
too.
many degrees of separation is there before it's okay for you to be like, I'm not going to this wedding? I think literally, I literally think if my significant other isn't close fucking friends with this person, or I'm not close friends with this
Yes.
person, I
agree.
shouldn't have to go. If say like Colleen's friend, say this is a great one. Colleen met this girl at a wedding, and now that girl is getting married, and they've been
Oh,
friends.
she knows damn well that
And-
not that one.
and she gets fucking invited to a wedding. You have no obligation to go to that wedding.
I just had that scenario, and they were trying to get me to give $200.
And
to
you did,
go.
huh?
I
You
I
did.
I
Of course
caved
you
in,
did.
Dude. I was like,
Fuck,
I'm not
bro.
giving you money.
Here's
It's
my out
crazy.
that I use all the time, which is, did these people come to my wedding?
That's
because
beautiful.
if the answer's
Yes.
no, I'm not going. And here's the thing: I got married in 2021, not super peak COVID, but it was like still towards the downturn
Nah, dude,
of
if
it.
you got married,
And
you got
people-
married in Florida. You got married in
in
Palm Beach,
Florida.
Florida in 2021. I don't give a fuck unless somebody has a fucking lung disorder. They could have came.
Yes, but here's the thing: a lot of them didn't, and I'm like, if they didn't come to our wedding,
I'm not going.
I'm
to
not going
theirs.
to theirs. Also, I'm at a fucking point now in my fucking dreams here, where I do a lot during the weekend.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do
wanna,
shows a lot.
Yeah.
I don't. I would way rather. It's the only thing I like.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
It's
I
it's
hate it.
it's equally
hate
the
it.
only thing I'm really good at, and it's the only thing I enjoy doing truthfully. It's the
Yeah.
only thing I do that brings me joy is the fucking 20 minutes I get to be on stage. Please don't rob me of this for your friend I met 3 years ago, who, by the way, I wasn't enthusiastic about meeting at the
Right.
time. You can recall the time I met her, recall how I was in that moment, because I guarantee it was very much like, hi.
If you forcefully introduced me to somebody, the jump that it takes from being like, because if you have to introduce me to somebody, you know I didn't gravitate towards their bubbly personality and enjoy their company. You were like, I want you to know this person. Now I want you to come to the most important day of their life. I shouldn't be there. I don't
No,
care.
yeah,
only
I don't-
people who
that's the thing,
care.
dude.
Only people. This is for a bride and a groom. That's the most important day of their
Yes.
foreseeable life, right? I
Totally.
don't give a fuck.
If your
I
cousin's
shouldn't
friend
be
is getting
there.
married, I don't need to be there. I don't need to be there.
I actually don't have to go to that many weddings, so
I have to go
that's
to a
nice.
wedding every other week.
It's nice. It's a
I-
good
I
I
part.
wear one outfit. This is how little I give a fuck now. I have
Yours
one
are in
outfit-
Florida, at least.
What's up?
Yours are in Florida,
Yeah,
at
that's
least.
true.
Bro, she's trying to take you out of the zip code for weddings? Nah, absolutely not, bro.
I wear the same outfit. My tie has a stain on it, and I've just have given no. I'm not gonna get a new tie.
No.
I will. The stain
really
is
putting
gonna
your
be there.
foot down, Josh. I like
I was
that.
like,
he's like, listen to me. I'll go.
but I'll look stupid.
I'll give them money. I will dress nicely, but I'll be goddamned if my tie won't have a fucking stain on it while I'm there.
I have a stain from ice cream.
I'll
like a
show
child.
you.
That's
Like there'll be
so
like people will
fucking
come up to me. I've
funny,
had like
bro.
3 or 4 people be like, "You had something," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Oh, and if I get this is fortunately never happened, but if I get dragged to a wedding I don't want to be at, where I have to board a plane and go sit through a fucking ceremony for 2 people who I legitimately will never talk to again, ever, unless I'm brought to some other bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
If I have to sit through that and there isn't an open bar, you're gonna die.
See,
I'm
that's the
gonna
thing for me
murder
is like
the
I feel like
bride and
the
groom.
biggest
Yeah.
like I don't even drink, so it's like
hey, me neither.
you
It's
know what I
not fun.
mean?
It's
like
not fun. They're not fun.
I'm
It's
not like
don't
okay.
wanna
I'll eat
dance.
overcooked lamb.
So
That's not
yeah,
fun.
I'll get lamb. I'll get lamb, something that should be cooked in small batches because it's a very delicate meat to prepare and to serve and to have done well. I'm gonna eat some lamb chops that were made for 400 people. You're out of your fucking mind. Also, like the only weddings I've ever been to were for people who I love very deeply, and it's like people that I am around that I like.
Weren't at my
and,
wedding,
and those were great. You did not invite me. We did not know each other like that. It would have been bizarre if I had been at your wedding. If you had invited me based on our relationship at that time, I would not.
It
have
would have
gone.
been weird.
I would not have gone.
Weird.
I'd have been like, I'm kind of scared of COVID.
No, it would have been super weird.
It would have been weird.
No,
yeah.
at the time, I was like, I'm not inviting any comics.
No, of course though.
I would invite a comic. I would invite comics, of course.
There better be two comics.
Yeah, of course I would invite.
Yeah, you.
I of course would invite comics. I would do it simply to avoid awkward best man speeches. Nothing is worse than watching somebody butcher a fucking speech at a wedding. You go, have you ever talked in front of more than 3 people ever?
Oh my god!
I watched a guy choke up.
The
and go,
worst is when they go, that was so funny. I'm like, I'll bury him.
Imagine being like, I'm gonna bury this motherfucker. Like you're not even the best man. You just get on the mic. You're like, yeah, one sec. My wife put a finger in my ass. You guys ever been to the DMV? You're just doing a set.
Yeah.
I literally did that. Like I hadn't even been doing comedy that long. Not even for like a full year. I don't think. I went to a wedding. I was the best man at my friend's wedding in 2020, dude. It was like summertime of 2020. Like it was nuts that we were doing
like
this.
7 months.
It was crazy, bro. And there was like old people that I was like, we're gonna die. Like whatever.
Oh, like during COVID. Got it.
So we had a rehearsal dinner, and they gave people the chance to come up on stage or not on stage, in like the corner, and just say some words because not everybody was gonna get a chance to do.
You could have opted out.
So, bro, I went up there and fucking murdered.
Of course, dude.
I went up there and riffed
That's
about, dude.
crazy.
I was in. I can't remember if it's Pawnee or Shawnee, Oklahoma. And I riffed about this town. Little did I know that the bride was from there. I was shitting on this town. I was like, I drove in. The biggest store here is fucking Ranch King. Like, but I'm just like, I'm like doing well. I'm like telling funny story. And then so I get in my type 5 in there. Next night is the wedding. And I'm fucking making people cry. I'm crying. I have never felt more versatile as a fucking performer in my life. To go one night making people laugh, the next night making people cry, dude, forget about it.
Dude, I'm my brother's best man in November. Like, dude, the wedding's like 4 days before we have to go to Oklahoma, which is going to be a big week for me.
Yeah.
But
practice your set there,
This
man.
is what. Yeah. You guys, hey,
I'm running 25.
Yeah.
And none of it's about my brother.
This is.
But I like two different people in the last week have been like, you're gonna have to write a speech. And I was like, no, I'm not. And they're like, what are you gonna do? I was like, I'll just do a speech. And they're like, you're not gonna prepare anything? I was like, I'm pretty good at this, so I'll be okay.
And here's what I've noticed,
I have
having been
bullet
to a
points.
couple weddings, is like, yeah, like when I did my best man speech, I didn't know I was going to get the rehearsal dinner, so I was mostly riffing. And then, but that night, I had bullet points of what I wanted to say, but most of it was just like from the heart. I I'm good enough at talking. Between like the years I've had sharing and like meetings and shit and like speaking and then like comedy, I was like, I'll figure it out. It's fine. But like, I've been to a couple weddings now where you watch the speech, and like I went to one specifically, and the bride's two sisters gave a speech, and they wrote it and they read it, and it was awful. It was insane because they were like, when we were 5, you said that we weren't allowed on the swing. Look who's going up and
Look
down.
who's a swinger now.
Yeah.
I fucked your brother.
But it was
Stacey,
like,
it's crazy that you found someone to settle down with because you're so wild.
yeah,
We
it was
used
exactly
to
like
go
that.
out to college parties, and you would suck the entire football team.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "What, dude?"
And we went D1, so a lot of them were black.
That's a good idea for a sketch. Like the worst best mate, like maid of honor speech, but she's just like calling the lady a whore, basically.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude.
The guy goes up and he's just like, Darren, it's crazy that you're only with one girl because I always thought of you as a 2-girl kind of guy. remember that night in Vegas when we ordered those hookers?
It was actually this summer, actually, if you recall. Like, he just, like, being bad.
And one of them had a penis, but you were so drunk you were like, what happens in Vegas, baby? And I watched you suck that penis. At that point in time, I thought, this guy's never going to find the woman to settle down with. But Casey's somehow the one.
He starts crying. He's like, and that's why I love you, and I know that you're going to be happy.
When I saw you take that fat load from that trans dick, I knew you were my best friend for life.
Oh, fuck.
Casey,
When
nice
you
tits.
railed a fat line off of her penis.
Have you guys ever cried at a wedding?
No.
No, I
Really?
didn't even cry at my own wedding.
I was just gonna ask if you
Actually,
cried at
yes.
your own
Lame
wedding.
I
as
cried
shit.
at the rehearsal dinner because my stepdad put a video together. I don't know who the fuck edited this thing, but it was really well done. And it was
Probably
this like
edited.
country song about it was like he's not mine, but I'll raise him like he is.
That
And it was
made
just
me
like
cry,
a bunch
bro.
of it was a bunch of like pictures of like me and him like, and I'm like young, and he was like the coach of my baseball team, and like we were holding
That's
up like
beautiful, bro.
fish when I was like 7, and I was like,
Honestly, call it gay if you want. That would make me cry, bro.
That would
dude,
make
my
100%.
one of my
I cried at
groomsmen,
I've cried at 2 weddings.
one of my groomsmen, the guy who made my stickers, he lost it more than anybody. I mean, he was crying so hard that my other groomsmen, one of them was a professional baseball player, the other one was like a D1 football player. They were like, you need to get it together.
Yeah.
Like they were
Yeah.
like my boy was losing it. Like he was crying harder than anybody in the room. My
See,
friends were like, you got to get it
That's
together.
when it's okay to cry. It's not okay to cry when you see your bride. That's the lamest
What are you
shit.
talking
That's so
about, dude?
performative to be like,
No, dude, no. So that's what I thought, bro. So
performative.
no, dude, that's what I thought.
But-
I thought the same thing. I was the best man at my friend's wedding, and when she came out and I saw him, and I like, it's just like the magnitude of the moment of realizing like this is the time, like this is the most beautiful that I've ever seen. Like they look great.
You'll cry.
And then, yeah, dude, like, you might not, but, like, for you to sit on some, like, manly
it's
hill
not a
of,
man
like,
thing. It's just performative to me. I
Which,
think
by
it's
the
but
way-
it's not,
I
dude.
think
That's
it's
the thing. It's
corny.
not.
By the
It's
way,
so
I
corny.
didn't, but I also am very stunted emotionally.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's that.
Dude, I
I'm
was,
such a
and
heavy
I'm,
dose of
dude,
Alexa, bro.
I'm
Dude,
not
she's-
talking about, like, boo-hoo, like, bawling, crying, but, like, dude, like, I saw him see her and, like, the emotions that came over him, and it
He's like,
made
I own
me,
her now.
it made me emotional. But,
Hey.
yeah. So,
Hey.
wait.
I've made that joke
No,
so
no,
long
no,
ago.
but
Hey.
wait. So we did that. So it was, everything leading up was good. And then the pastor who did the fucking like sermon, whatever you call it, it was a lot of like, the Bible says the testament of a woman is how well she obeys his like. It was weird, like
Sick.
bro, like we were all in like. Yeah, I've even talked to my boy about it since then. And he is very like Christian, like he has been his whole life. It's very important to him. Like different strokes for different folks, but like we've known each other since we were like 6 months old. So like that's just how it is. But like he was even like, yeah, it was a little like
Dude,
it was a little
They
much.
just did that at the wedding I went to.
It's
They-
weird.
They
Well-
did that same verse where it's like like Eve is made from Adam's rib. The man she's meant to serve the wife, and it's like, and I was like, bro, what the fuck?
It's
dude?
wild, dude. It's wild.
You want to
It
hear
is.
a very cute thing from my wedding?
Yes.
We kissed way before the "You may now kiss the bride," and
Because
the
you just couldn't
and the
part.
pastor was like, "We're not at that point yet," and that got a big laugh.
And
Really?
then you
Yeah,
kissed
yeah.
again. and
We
you said,
we
"Fuck your rules,
we
I
thought
love this
that's what it
lady."
was. Like we thought that's what he was leading
Well,
up to.
Isn't the whole thing? I mean, it's kind of the cliche. Doesn't he go, "You may now kiss the bride"?
That's what I thought he was about to say. Like we both were like, "Oh, this is the time," and then he was like, "We're not there yet."
I now pronounce you for the first time ever, Mr. and Mrs. Dolezal.
No, they go Mr. and Miss Jeff Dolezal.
Yes,
Yeah.
property.
Mm.
Yeah. It's crazy,
You,
dude.
you have to sign.
No,
the
for real,
deed.
it's weird. Like, and then
The
like
deed
my
to her pussy.
like my buddy. The next wedding I went
just
Take a
to.
photo with it.
Stuff her in luggage. Like, all right, this is my object now.
That's you. That's yours now, according to the Bible.
It
The
is.
next wedding, like they did like a run through of like what he was gonna read, and my boy was like, "Nah, like we got to tone that. We got to dial that back,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
That's
he's-
crazy."
Dude, we had to do this thing where like we had to Zoom the pastor like once a week for like 2 months
Oh,
leading
Oh
up
yeah,
to the
you have to do like
Yep.
marriage counseling
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
right? That's crazy
Yep.
to me.
It was really weird because like we had no problem. So it wasn't like counseling. It was just like, so you guys like each other, and it was like, yep.
I have
And
to
then
do the
that was
same
it.
Thing. If we get married through Ariel's church, which we probably will, I have to.
They're like, does she remind you of Aphrodite? And you're like, yes.
I have to go and get. I have to be in their church. I have to like go through their church system or whatever. And it's like I'm not gonna do that.
Are you gonna name your son Hercules?
No, we're gonna name her.
You won't,
George.
bro. You won't, bro.
George.
For real though.
No, I will. I
Yeah,
will.
That's
I
what
will.
I was about to say.
I will, but I don't
Definitely
want to at all.
Of
I'm
course
so
you-
not religious.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
didn't
I had
want-
to.
Yeah,
I'm very
you just do it,
anti-
dude.
Church establishment.
Are you anti or are you just not? Because I'm not anti, but I'm not religious. I'm
yeah,
just
I'm like
kind
that.
of
I'm like that. I think church is a fucking.
I'm not anti, but I am like, yeah, I don't go to church.
Yeah, that's
I would
like-
consider myself an
And
atheist.
it's like the only time I go to church is when ladies make me, and that's just been
You
universal.
consider yourself an atheist? Like there's
Mhm.
nothing. You die. It's
I
the
guess
end, it's-
agnostic. I really don't know, but I don't go
Yeah.
to church. Like hearing the pastor's like, so were you confirmed? And I was like, no. And he's like, when's the last time you were at church? And I was like,
I don't know.
04.
Yeah.
Probably. And he's just like,
Bush.
but he can't.
You're like back when,
Yeah.
yeah. When were the Celtics in the World Series?
the
When were
Sunday
the Celtics in
following
the final?
September 11th.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, that's actually the only acceptable answer.
Yeah, it's it is weird like
Mhm.
to have to like fake all that. Like, dude, I was in a conversation not that long ago with I forget where I was or who these two bitches were, but god damn, they bothered the fuck out of me. They started talking to me. Here's the deal, dude. Like recovery, like the recovery program that I do is based very much so in like a power greater than yourself, right? All that kind of shit.
Mhm.
It's not religious. People say it's religious. I think like it could be easily
According to
viewed
the
that
show
way.
we did, you pray to Princess Diana.
But yeah, we pray to Princess Diana who
king of
died by a drunk
Driver,
driver.
yeah. the queen.
So you know that's
Is
how
that
we
why?
pray. Yeah, that's why she's in there. The little plaque said Princess Diana was
Killed
killed
by-
from a
yeah.
drunk driver. Really, she was killed by the fucking queen.
Yeah.
yeah,
obviously,
of course.
but
Yeah,
like
of course.
whatever. How's she doing now? Fucking dead as fuck, idiot.
Ba, ba,
Um,
ba, ba,
ba, ba.
ba.
So I'm talking to and there's a whole chapter in the I'm trying to be like keep the anonymity thing. There's a whole chapter in the book that is the program that I do that's called We Agnostics, and it's a whole thing. I've looked up what I know the
Just someone from the
breakdown-
hood losing his religion. He's like, we agnostics.
Yeah, we agnostic, son. I know what the word agnostic means. Like, I know what
What
the
verse you
roots
read?
are. Like, all this shit. And then I have these two girls just trying to be like, no, agnostic really means, like, it's like, you don't know, but, like, I don't believe in God. Like, it was just like, I was just like, there's
Relapse.
there's one thing that I do know, is that if you guys keep talking about agnostics, I'm going to beat the shit out of both of you.
Yeah.
It was, dude, it was infuriating.
Let's
listening,
hit women.
just listening to some
Women.
fucking fake spiritual girl, like, dude, like, I'm not trying to sit on any hilltop here, but I have like real spiritual practices. Like, I meditate, I do fucking inventory and shit. I need to do more of it lately, so I don't call women pigs in parking lots. But like, I have, like, I pray. It's just like this whole. It's,
Well, you know how women are objects. You have to categorize.
you have to take inventory of all the bitches that you own. Yeah. So. Okay, so I have like
Get a barcode tattoo, bitch.
legit spirit, and then like it's just like
the
women
30s again.
who like did fucking mushrooms and like had a realization. They were like, oh my god, he was a narcissist, and now they're like, I'm fucking spirit. It's like, no, dude, like, but whatever. I'm going on it.
I light a candle before I flick my bean, so I'm pretty spiritual.
Yeah, it literally like that's a very like. That's obviously like a hyperbolic way to say it, but like, yes, that is
Well,
exactly what I'm talking
That's like
about.
that. Have I told you that story about when my
I've met stupid women.
Yeah. To be fair, there are dudes who do it too. They smoke weed and they're like relaxed all the time, and they think they're just like, oh,
That's-
fuck it. And it's
dude,
like, no, you're just an idiot.
Have I told you
bro.
the story about my dad having a heart attack, and then I walk in from I'm home on leave. I have to like take emergency leave, fly back from Japan. My dad's on life support. My brother's dating like an armpit hair bitch at the time, like
I like that shit though.
crystal fucking necklaces and everything. And I go in, and my fucking dad hooked up to life support, and my brother's girlfriend's like waving like a diamond shaped
Yeah.
thing on his
I'd be
stone.
like, you need to get the fuck out.
And like she was like, they're placed on it, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And my mom was like, they're not hurting anything. And I was like, if Dad wakes up, he's gonna have another heart attack. Like he would wake up and be like, what the fuck is this?
If my fucking redneck father wakes up with fucking agate on his chest now, he's gonna have another fucking heart attack.
Incense in the hospital room. I was like, that can't even be good. Like,
he wakes up and he sees like the bright fluorescent hospital lights, and he's like, is this heaven? And he looks down and he's like, gay shit, it's hell. It's hell.
Oh, no.
A woman with armpit hair. What the fuck is this?
What did I do, Lord?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Fuck, dude.
Oh fuck! There's this one comic used to have a joke that in Iowa, I can't remember his fucking name, but his aunt died and came back to life, and like so she flatlined, but she was very spiritual, and his mom and him and his mom were both very spiritual, and then his aunt died from a heart attack and then came back to life, and then she shot awake in the hospital bed after like having like a heart attack, like a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
She dies, comes back. She shoots up awake. She starts screaming. His mom was like, "Oh my God, is there any like?" She's like, "Oh my God, you're back, whatever." And then they were like, she was like, "Did you see the light? Was there heaven real?" And then the girl goes, "No." And then she died, like again, and fully died. And he was like, "I watched my mom lose her sister and her spirituality in 10 seconds." It's so funny, dude.
Holy
And it's real. It's a real story. Like he wasn't like, it's not just a bit. Like it actually happened. Like he's not religious at all.
Imagine that, dude.
That's crazy.
Imagine watching somebody die and being like heartbroken, and then they come back to life.
No, like God's not real.
Oh
and
my
they
God,
die
yeah.
again.
Again,
And they
dude.
go, everything you believe is a lie.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Dude, nuts.
It's like
That's
a-
So wild.
It's like a reverse of that scene from The Invention of Lying. You ever seen that movie?
yeah, that's a good movie.
That's a great
Ricky
movie.
Gervais?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a great movie.
very,
but his
very
mom is dying, and he's the only person who knows about lying.
He's
Everybody
like the
else,
only one that can lie. Yeah.
Such
Yeah.
a good movie.
and he basically creates the idea of heaven. He's like, no, when you die, like it's all light and everyone's happy. Yeah.
Dude, he's got a good. Have you seen a show on Netflix where he's like trying to kill himself with
Yes.
a dog? It's so good.
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember the name.
Afterlife?
Of it.
Afterlife.
Afterlife. Yes.
I've never seen it. I want
watched
to.
Wait, no.
no,
Afterlife
no.
is a
That's
different
a different
movie
one
that
with
he's
him,
in.
Oh.
That's when he's in heaven. Or
But there
something.
is a show. The show that you're talking about is very good.
I watched
Derek?
the first season of it.
Oh,
Derek?
I
Is
don't
that the
think
one?
it's
I don't know.
called
I watched the
Derek.
first season of it, and it was like, it made me cry almost. I was like, this is really
Yeah, it's
fucking.
supposed
But you
to be
wouldn't
pretty,
cry at your
like,
own wedding.
No, because that's
But
gay.
a
No.
Ricky,
I watched.
a show with Ricky Gervais makes you cry.
He's dude. Him and like Louis
he's-
C.K.
yeah.
give like they have like the ability for me to be like, oh, they understand comedy so well that they
They're
can.
Horace
profound
and Pete
people, dude.
Yeah,
is pretty
honestly.
sad.
Yeah, they're profane. Yeah, dude.
You
I
ever
also
see
I,
you ever see the Ricky Gervais show, the cartoon?
no.
No.
I love that show. That's one of the funniest shows ever.
Do you remember Crank Yankers?
Yeah.
Do you remember how there was a character called Special Ed, and
Yeah.
all he would do was just call people and be a dumbass? He'd be like,
Yeah.
"Duh!" And that was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
their favorite. That was like the most famous. That's actually a good idea for a show. Not the having disabled people call people, but just like having comics prank call people. That's so funny.
There's a couple podcasts that are like that.
Oh,
that I've
really?
seen.
Matt and Shane's
Yeah.
used to, like, if you subscribe to their Patreon, they have like their Old Testament, which is what they call the episodes like the first like 80 or 90 episodes that they deleted after Shane got SNL and then lost it anyways. But they used to start their podcast off with prank calls to like Craigslist people.
Oh,
Like
that's
one of them
smart.
was Matt McCusker calling a dude who had a bounce house up for sale, and he was like, just trying to get kids into I'm just trying to get kids over to my house. And the guy's like, yeah, your kids will love it. He's like, oh, I don't have kids.
That's so good.
Oh fuck, dude, that is good. I like prank calling. Prank calling used to be fun.
I don't like pranking or prank calling. The tension is too high for me. Like I think I've said this on here. Like I've definitely told you. Like if somebody
Yeah.
prank, I break immediately. I'm like, nah, they're fucking around. They're fucking around.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It bothers me. It's so funny because like holding tension in the like a stand-up set is
It's so-
totally
yeah.
fine with me.
100%.
Especially it's because I'm in control of when I break it.
Yeah.
The prank thing, it lingers too long where I'm like, I can't, it bothers me to like, even like Leo, bro. Like Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
like,
Leo's a prankster. dude. The
Leo
guy who-
is such a prankster.
the guy who
like,
is like our, I don't know what you'd call him.
I would call him our
producer.
producer,
He's
yeah.
our producer. He'll hit me up. He'll call me and be like, hey man, don't talk to me today. And then he'll hang up and I'll be like, what? And then he'll
And
call
then
me back
he-
like
but-
20 minutes later.
Yeah, he won't call
Too
you back
long.
immediately. Bro, like when we were here filming, so Leo is half Dominican and half
He's black.
He doesn't present as
No,
that
he doesn't.
at
No,
all.
no,
He
no.
looks Hispanic. But, like, he'll say the N-word, and, like, I can't tell him he can't. You know what I mean? Like, I know people that are less black than him on paper who say it, and I'm not going to tell anybody they can't say it unless it's one of you two. You know what I mean?
I've told Dean Rashti he shouldn't say it.
Dean Rashti shouldn't say it for very obvious reasons. The biggest one being that he's not black.
Yeah.
That's the number one reason. Anyway, so we're here filming, and it's us three, Leo, and then Lonnie Cox is here, who's very funny. He was in the sketch. And I forgot what happened. Like, Lonnie, like, put a song on that had the N-word in it.
Oh, yeah.
And Leo was like,
It was a rap song. It wasn't a country song. That's
no. It was rap. And it was
just a voice
Leo
memo.
was like, yo, should I, like, go around there and be like, yo, what the fuck? You think playing shit with that is cool? Like, blah, blah, like whatever. And I was like, Leo, first off, absolutely not. Like, that would make me feel so uncomfortable and make him so uncomfortable. But more than uncomfortable, it would make us confused because you don't look black, dude. You don't look black. You're not tricking
Just a
him.
confusing threat.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, why is this Hispanic guy getting mad that I played a song with the N-word?
Yeah,
Like, what the
Like,
fuck
there's
is
so
this,
many
dude?
levels to it.
Yeah, right.
It's so funny.
It would just be like, it would be the same as like, why is this Hispanic guy getting mad that I made a Jewish joke? It's like, I don't get what's going on here.
Yeah, hey, man.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, well, what time are we at?
We're
right now?
good. We've
Yeah,
done
we're good.
an hour and a little change.
Little change.
And
So I guess we'll have
Hey.
to figure out the format for what do you guys want to see in the Patreon? You guys can leave that. If you made it this far, you'd probably subscribe
Yeah,
to the Patreon. So let us know.
what-
Message one of us and tell us.
What you'll
or-
probably get is just like
An extra 30 minutes.
45 more minutes of this.
Mhm.
Which I will say, like, I think a thing that we've noticed recently is like, right when we're about to wrap up is when we really start heating up.
Yeah, we get going, dude.
So I think our Patreon will be good. It'll be cheap, and
Yeah, we'll get it
you
going.
know, it'll only be like $20,000.
Yeah,
or
we-
it'll be the first subscription will be roughly $5,000, and it'll all go to me.
Yeah.
And
the
then
first-
everybody
the first
after
tier is
that,
you
uh,
replace
The
Matt's laptop.
first tier is you guys buy me. Also, listen, if you made it this far and you love me and you want to support me getting new equipment, dude, fucking Matt Ross Comic on Venmo, Cash App, send me whatever you got, dude.
rate and comment and like the podcast. Thank you
Yeah,
guys so
thanks,
much.
guys. Bye.